All right, we are live here on the Plurilock LinkedIn page once again for day 7, I think, of the 12 days of Cyber Christmas. Today, joined by Helen Oakley from SAP Global Security. Thanks for joining the show, Helen. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Stephen, for having me here. It's very exciting that you have going.
Of course, we're trying to, keep the security community connected and chatting during this holiday season. Notice you've got, obviously I've got my hat here like I have every day, but you've got some little lights in the background there. I like it.
Thank you. Yes, keeping it festive.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so for the people who are watching who might not know you, why don't you just give a quick introduction into who you are and who you work for and what you kind of do in the cybersecurity space.
Yes, of course. My name is Helen Oakley, and I work for SAP. I'm part of the global security team, and I'm currently senior product security architect. And I'm also a co-founder of Leading Cyber Ladies here in Toronto or Canada in general, where we engage women in cybersecurity. We connect them. We provide speaking opportunities and educational sessions. So it's a great community to be part of. I'm really happy how we grew in the past years, and even during pandemic, we kept the networking. And thanks to you as well, Stephen, because it's another opportunity to let people know that we exist and they can join this great community of women in cyber.
That's awesome. Yeah, and it's that's such an important thing because like everyone knows, the industry is mostly historically been male, but we want there to be room for everyone, obviously, and there is room because we need everyone that we can to join the profession, as we all know. So that's great, and I want to hear a little bit more about what you guys do there in Toronto. And if you're watching and you live in Toronto and you're a lady, get connected. That's awesome. Yeah, how was 2021 for you, and for maybe like the work that you do? I know, I was reading stats this week, and we've been talking about it with all of our guests, that 2021 was one of the busiest years, or if not the busiest year, for cyber criminal activity in history. So, how was it for you? Was it busy on your end? Just, yeah, give us an update.
I'm always busy, cyber never sleeps, cyber attackers never sleep. So, but we're looking at different areas of cyber. I work in security software architecture and cloud architectures of cyber. But definitely, if you think about the attacks that SAP is specifically getting, we're getting like millions and millions attacks per day. And definitely, one of the measures that we have to take, we have to implement our software securely and make sure that all processes are also implemented in a secure way to mitigate those attacks and don't let you know make sure we avoid them, because as we know, security doesn't come with one layer only. It's security in depth that really going to help us prevent and stay safe.
Yeah, that's great. Those are great points. And yeah, going into 2022, I guess, where do you see the kind of environment that we're in, or we've been in 2021, changing at all, or do you see it kind of getting worse or better?
It's evolving. Same as technology is evolving, we are evolving, and it depends on maturity of each company, right? But we are looking in depth for sure in software supply chain attacks. As we know, SolarWinds, right? It's been loud and clear, but there are other software supply chain attacks that are happening, and we don't necessarily hear all the time about them. And it's a big issue because I think this process has been overlooked in general, and we need to tighten our secure development software lifecycle and processes around that, as well as the technical implementation of security controls. So I think 2022 will have more focus on that, and we have more investigation into how to stay safe and how to implement those measures to prevent such attacks, or at least make them more difficult to execute.
Yeah, I think making them more difficult to execute is a great point. Like, some of the ones that we've seen, they're not simple maybe, but the breach happened because of kind of a simple mistake or an unforced error on the company side of things. I like supply chain has been a big topic for just in outside of cybersecurity, like the physical supply chain of, like, you can't, if you're ordering something, it's going to be backlogged now because of all the different issues. This, some people might not. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most people do, but some people might not understand what it means with the cybersecurity supply chain. So, like, why are cybersecurity supply chains so bad, and kind of how does that supply chain flow to make sense of it in an easy way?
I'll give you example. It works in a similar way as physical supply chain, right? So a truck takes some product from the manufacturer and delivers to a store for a consumer to buy. Similar is with the software. We use so many embedded components in our software, as an example, which introduce a lot of risk that we can potentially ship to with the end result, with proprietary code, right? Together. And by securing, tightening that process, putting more analysis into it, and putting more attention to it, we will prevent risks like embedded vulnerabilities in our software. And also, it comes with the development processes. If our supply chain in development is weak, if our developers are not paying attention and not applying security measures, like in GitHub, for example, right? Then it becomes very easy for attackers to access it and embed their or embed the backdoor or implement something malicious in our proprietary code, but also deliver something with open source.
Yeah, and it's such a sinister problem because like everything is so complex and overlaid now in our web environments and any product we're building. It's like we're using, even at Plurilock, everyone's using different services from different vendors to do what they're doing. And like if you unknowingly are embedding something malicious into your product or your service that you're giving, it's just not good, obviously. So do you see any kind of frameworks or governmental kind of controls being put in place to really make sure that companies along the security supply chain are really doing things up to snuff?
Definitely presidential executive order, right, that already came out this year,
Yeah.
earlier this year, that puts attention on supply chain, software supply chain. I think it came after the SolarWinds. Um, so this will only get more tightened through regulatory, but also I see opportunities for some tools enhancement and development, right? Because if you think software has hundreds and hundreds or thousands of libraries that we embed, it's impossible for a human being to analyze all of them all the time. So we have to take certain risks. And I think this is where automation and machine learning tools will come in place and really help us solving this challenging and complex problem.
Yeah, that is the good thing. There is lots of opportunity for innovation in that space and trying to solve these critical issues. Let's talk a little bit more about the Cyber Ladies program, or what's it? Sorry, I've just put away the name here. What's the name of your organization? How did you kind of have the idea? I understand you're the co-founder. How did you have that idea to start it, and kind of what was it like getting that kind of moving in your city?
So idea was when I met Karen Lazari actually at one of the Canadian conferences sector back in 2018, and Karen launched this chapter in Israel. And
Hmm.
I asked her, do we have anything like that in Toronto, in Canada? Because I'm not aware. And I see a lot of women seeking for this kind of community. And honestly, when you go to DEF CON, you are one of not many there. um,
Yeah.
so I decided, okay, so we chatted with Karen. And if you know her TED talk about our immune system, um, it's one of the her famous one. But we chatted, and I decided to launch with another lady here, Nitika Bargava, who also a co-founder here in Canada, that we run this community, and we started meetups in person. People started to join. We introduced a different companies, so we weren't we had sponsorship and support from the community in Toronto, businesses, but also other nonprofit organizations. We wanted to work together to grow this and provide this networking opportunity. And it's great because people saw a benefit. And the most um, happy moments that I had from that, it's kind of like you get this reward when somebody comes to you and say, thank you so much for this community, because I was able to, with the help, with encouragement and the knowledge and the networking, apply for the job, go through interview, and I actually got the job, and I'm so
Yeah.
happy. So that's definitely rewarding. And now that we are online, we still try to keep the community together by running virtual sessions for now. Hopefully, we'll go in person. There is Canadian Women in Cybersecurity conference in March.
Mm,
Fingers crossed, maybe it will be in person too, right? I'm so
yeah.
looking forward to see everybody.
Yeah. That would be awesome if it was in person. I'm actually going to a small ISACA Vancouver meetup today. I'm on the West Coast, obviously, heading over to Vancouver to meet. It's just a small group, so we were able to do that in person, which is great. But yeah, it must be so rewarding for you to see your kind of efforts be encouraging others, because like communities, big time, it's important, right? And it's harder during this virtual time to kind of, I feel like, have that feeling of togetherness. So congratulations to you for running that, and that's an awesome initiative. I really love that. It's the leading cyber ladies. If somebody's watching this, you know, we have women who work for our company at Plurilock. How can they get involved? And is it only for people in Toronto?
No, and right now we look at this as time zone friendly, right? If this session runs in a time zone that you can participate, we welcome everybody, no matter where you are. You can go on leadingcyberladies.com, and you will find different chapters. We just launched a chapter in Japan as well, but I'm not sure if it's there already. But anyway, you will find the Toronto link, and you can join Toronto. You can join US, also Europe one, Israel, wherever you feel fit.
That's awesome.
A lot of sessions virtual, so taking advantage of that.
Yeah, well, that's great. It seems like you guys have done, you know, a lot of work building up that community and network. So that's awesome. Helen, if you were, you know, it's going into the holiday season. If you were going to have a Christmas wish for going into next year of cybersecurity in general, what would you wish that would happen, or people would start to do on the cybersecurity front?
I wish that we, no matter what cybersecurity role or non-cybersecurity role, that we work more on security culture, because I believe the change starts with people. And you know, it's great when we chat among us security people. We can chat like crazy 24/7 about security risks, but people who are not in security, they have no idea, right? And
Right.
I wish everybody to bring that knowledge a little bit outside, to be that champion in security, and really spread the awareness, because I still find that it's not enough awareness, and this culture that we're missing within organizations, and also within, you know, family and non-techie people, it's still missing. So bring
Yeah.
that spirit out,
Yeah.
cybersecurity spirit out, and talk a little bit about cybersecurity at your next holiday party.
Yeah, that's a fun. That's sure to get the people raving at the holiday party. But yeah, we could have the holiday spirit and the cybersecurity spirit. You know, like how people during the pandemic, you know, it's been all everywhere. So everyone kind of now knows, like, wear your mask, like wash your hands. Everyone's kind of got that culture, like, of like being cautious during this time. Like, I would say, like, maybe a similar thing could be like that for, you know, within company organizations. Like, yeah, people in HR, people in finance, people in sales. If everyone can be bought in and understanding of the cybersecurity risk that's always there, that's a great wish, Helen. I also echo that wish. That's my wish too. So yeah. So anyways, thanks. Our time's coming up here, and I know you're busy, so I'll let you run. But if people want to connect with you so that they can find out more about the cyber leading cyber ladies or SAP Global Security, what's the best way for them to connect with you? I'm assuming maybe LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is the best. I'm also on Twitter, but you will see a lot of posts that I do on LinkedIn about upcoming events and everything.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we'll all connect with you there. Thanks so much for coming on the show. And to everyone watching, thank you guys for watching. Check out Helen's page and my page and Plurilock's page. And thanks for coming to another day of 12 Days of Cyber Christmas. We will see you next week for more guests on our show. See you guys
Thank you,
later.
Stephen.
Bye, Helen.